Atlanta, a thriving metropolis, host of the 1996 Olympics, home to over 4 million people, 120,000 businesses, and headquarters to many of the world's most successful corporations. She boasts 43 colleges and universities, 9 technical schools, and offers thousands of cultural, recreational, and nightlife opportunities. Rich in diversity, Atlanta is a truly exciting city. But in cities across America, an epidemic of homelessness is growing. And for all of her beauty and sophistication, Atlanta is no exception to this dilemma. The evidence can be found in our city doorways, sidewalks, parks, and parking lots. To many of us, the thought of the homeless conjures up images of street people, vagrants, and panhandlers. The chronically homeless represent only 15% of the total homeless population. The other 85% are what might be called the invisible homeless. They are men, women, young people, and children from all walks of life, whose condition is temporary, but nevertheless very real and very devastating, even if they are in transition. 40% of the homeless population are comprised of families. 84% of those families are single mothers. Of those mothers, 50% are victims of domestic violence. In Atlanta, at minimum wage, it would take one person 89 hours a week to afford an average one-bedroom apartment. Even with 2 people working over full-time at minimum wage, the expense of a one-bedroom apartment would take the bulk of the income, leaving little for food, clothing, medical bills, or other expenses. Faced with eviction, families have to choose between feeding their children or paying rent. Atlanta has a minimum of 11,000 homeless people, but estimates are closer to 20,000. In contrast, Atlanta shelters have only 2,600 beds.
Mommy, where are we going tonight?
These people are looking for hope as they begin to rebuild their lives. Nite of Hope Atlanta was founded in response to this need. Ron Tripotto has been responsible for feeding homeless people once a week at the Atlanta Task Force shelter since 2001. After spending time with them, he decided that he wanted to do more. He knew that though there were many organizations that provide a hot meal for these people, he saw that the format was self-serve, soup line style. He knew that many of them rarely receive the kind of service to which many of us are accustomed. He had provided Thanksgiving meals in the shelter, but he wanted to give them more than just a meal for their stomachs. He wanted to give them dignity and hope. In 2004, Ron Tripotto organized the first Thanksgiving meal at the World Congress Center for 1,000 homeless men, women, and children.
When they walked into the World Congress Center, their countenance was different. They dressed differently. These are people that I ministered to for years, and I'd never seen them so beautiful, cleaned up, proud.
The atmosphere, the ambiance that was there was absolutely superb.
It was a sit-down meal. It was served. Everybody was polite to everybody. There was no arguing, no bickering. Entertainment was great. And it was just the whole atmosphere. It was different than anything I've been around in Atlanta so far. So it kind of uplifted me.
As you come in off the streets and come into a place where they show you some love, the way the place was set up, it wasn't like just going through a soup line. It was something like make you feel comfortable. When you sit down and have a dinner, something like, relax your soul.
There was a tremendous amount of love there. There was no pretension at all, and people treated me as if I were in their own home, and really classy. You really came out edified and enlightened.
I do work as a banquet server, because I do that at the Congress Center, as a matter of fact. So I'm familiar with the way things are supposed to be done. And for me to be the guest of honor at, one of those events instead of being one of the servers was something new for me.
And as I was sitting backstage, I was just looking out over the audience. People coming together, no matter what trial or tribulation they may be going through at that time, but at that present time, that night, it seemed like everybody was forgetting about their problems and just focused on being loved.
One lady spoke to me and said, "This is what heaven's going to be like." And I knew then that that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this big event for them. It really makes a difference than just feeding them there in the shelter to go to the World Congress Center or any big place like that, because it shows them that they have value and worth.
The Night of Hope, again, gives the inspiration to inspire one to move forward.
Since that time, I'm working, I'm gainfully employed, I'm in school, studying to be a network engineer.
I've completed a course, recently that I hope to take into, a new career. It took 6 months to do it, but I wouldn't have the courage to try and do it, if I hadn't thought somebody was out there, really trying to help me.
And I'm sure if other people is able to see something like that, then they will get involved in it and not be afraid that these are homeless people. They must have did something wrong to be there.
There were a lot of people around Atlanta asking, "Where did you get that jacket at?" I've seen a lot of people wearing that jacket, "Jesus Cares." And then people would see me and they was like, "You're right." They see the jacket, Jesus does care.
The hope that was instilled in the individuals was tremendous.
It's the best I've been treated, in quite a while, and I can say that I needed that.
Let me know that it's possible for me to come out of the situation that I'm in.
After being there and, being treated the way that we were feeling, it made me feel really good, and, kind of gave me a little bit of hope and, moving on.
Without the help and the support of the community, this task cannot be done. This is a way that we can all come together and help someone else. And to me, that's the most important part of life, is to be able to contribute. Not to take, but to give.
Statistics show that 85% of them will get back on their feet, but those whose lives have just hit the bottom are in danger of losing hope that things will ever look up again. Like the phoenix, the symbol for Atlanta, rising from the ashes with renewed strength and beauty, we offer hope that they can rise again. Thank you for your time and generous support. We look forward to collaborating with you in this effort.
And when there's hope, there's a way. Night of Hope.